Hope y'all don't mind a little music. This is Warmap. Be advised we have additional choppers from the 160.
Hello there, Surfrim17 once again, bringing you Chapter 4 in my Homefront Guerrilla difficulty video walkthrough. And this level is called The Wall. And the first thing I'm going to say is all you Pink Floyd fans that have, accidentally clicked on this thinking you're going to get some quality content, you're in the wrong place, guys. This has absolutely nothing to do with Pink Floyd. This is a first-person shooter for console, and it's out now, so yeah. I'm totally waiting for the reunion tour as well. I dig it, but you're in the wrong place. So as soon as you start this level, you're going to notice that the once bright utopia that these people had has been ass-fucked by the Koreans, and yeah, they've raped, they've pillaged, they've burnt, they've destroyed this little bit of heaven. And the dude that was in the first few levels with you, who I entitled That Black Guy, has been hung by the swings. And one thing I did notice on this part of the level, aside from the absolute lack of drama, because I really did not get into this whole story enough, because I'm not even going to call it a story. It has a nice narrative. It's a nice vision of these survivors through this war-torn America. But the tree to my right that was on fire, I don't know if you noticed, but they've got like animated cinders on the texture, and it looks really nice. And I thought it was kind of cool. And right now you can't move forward, and that's why I'm dicking about doing the jumping to prone stuff. But I'm going to tell you right now, the start of this level is probably the second hardest part of this game. The first time I mentioned difficulty in regards to Homefront, I mentioned an area where you run past a swimming pool that's been covered up, and this is that section. And the reason why this is challenging is because for some reason the enemies go from being pretty accurate and fucking you up to sending you to death screen pretty much every shot. And you'll see me pop out of cover, go into red screen, pop out of cover, go into red screen and stuff like that. That's the swimming pool to my left. And get used to seeing this checkpoint, because I died a lot on this section. You get one-shotted so much, it's unbelievable. The first thing you should do is, I find this piece of cover here works best. Shoot him in the window, shoot him in that window. Fuck it, I missed. Jesus Christ, come on Chris, what are you doing? And then aim across there, and then shoot them as they spawn through that building. And right now, I have had runs where I've died instantly behind this piece of cover, but I assure you, I've tried behind the boat to my left, I've tried behind that tree where she stood, I've tried every piece of cover in this section, and I died equally as fast as this one here, so this is the piece that I used when I eventually got through this section, and this is easily the safest spot I've found. Because what's going to happen is, once these guys finish spawning, there's going to be an armoured vehicle that turns up that you have to kill with Goliath. And right now, this is the most difficult section of this bit, because you can get killed so quickly when you're trying to target this car, it's all luck. And right then, I didn't get shot once. Other times when I was recording, I got shot 20 times and died. It's like, there's nothing you can do. And I'm making this section look pretty easy because no one's really shot me on, I've not really got injured that much, but I will guarantee you, if you don't die on this section, you either have the luck of the gods or you're a gaming god. There is no middle ground on this, because the enemies, I don't know if the accuracy has been increased or the damage has been increased, but for some reason I really started feeling the difficulty of this game right now. And don't worry though, it does subside once you get past this area. It goes back to being just a semi-difficult shooter. And then what you have to do now is, you see how it says eliminate on the roof? There is a bunch of people with RPGs that are going to try and kill your Goliath, so you have to kill them. And right now there's going to be a really poor edit coming up because I couldn't link these pieces of footage. Look at that, how rough was that? So you're going to see me shoot the same guy again, so don't get confused if you think there's going to be 2 on the right. There is 2 on the right, but on my video it looks like there's 3. So just right now, stay on top of the dudes in the windows, eliminate them as quickly as you can. And try not to fuck yourself, because at the end of this road, once you've killed everything and it looks clear, there's going to be a tank that busts through the back wall, and if you're not near the far left corner, you're not going to be able to make this section, and you're going to get put back to a checkpoint. And you're going to see another pretty trashy edit, because I couldn't link the time I did it to the time I failed, purely because the game doesn't always run the same way twice. So if you think it's a little jarring, I do apologise, but you're not losing any of the level, you're not losing any content, it's just showing that there's been a death there and it's been trimmed out is all. But just make sure you keep on those guys, because they will kill the Goliath. When I played through this game the first time, my Goliath died on this section and I fucked up the achievement for, not doing it without dying. But just keep pushing down here, just watch out for stragglers, because Look at that. That is collision detection right there. Did you see that? I was aiming at the dude. There was thin air, but it was saying I was hitting the car, and it was giving me sparks on thin air. That is the big rant I made in like video 1. Jesus Christ, it frustrates me. But right now that it's clear, make sure you go to the left where that yellow school bus is. Don't go to the right like I'm doing, because I get fucked. Oh, there's a dude there. That's a spawn point. Look at that. That is like a monster closet. And right now... Oh, sorry, this is a different section. My bad. But just bear in mind, on the next area, you want to be going to the left. So just move back down here. Ooh, we've got a red dot sight and a light machine gun. This is what I like to call the God Cannon. Or the more trendy name, Rape Cannon. I know that's not politically correct, but it's definitely what this gun is. And just snipe dudes, keep in as much cover as you can. Take advantage of the fact that you're now firing Chuck Norrises and just kill these homos. And I meant Homo sapiens then, so no gay activist rights group coming and shitting on my channel. But right here you need to make sure you're pulling to the left, because there's a garage that you have to run through on the far left corner. To where I'm aiming there, it's just to the left of that. And if you go down there, you can run away from the tank nice and dandy. If you don't, he's probably going to strip you like cannibals do the bone. But snipe them dudes on that balcony. You'll notice there's a lot of them, and I don't know if there's a preset amount or what, but I don't really go too far forward because I don't want to die. But right here, do you see the guys to my left there? Go there. You're going to see a choppy edit in a minute. Let's have a look. There you go. Tank busts through the door, and I'm probably going to die. There it goes, it fucks off. I run down here. There we go, there's your edit. Before the tank busts through. So right now, if you come here, the tank busts through, the Goliath storms through that wall, and you can run through here and have no trouble. Be warned, you may die a couple of times there, because that tank can instantly kill you with its cannon, and it doesn't seem to have a set radius. It just seems to... You're dead. You're dead. It's like there's a fat dude in a room who doesn't like you, and he just presses a button, and you die. And that is what happens. So be really careful there, cause... Yeah, I could have lost teeth with how mad I got. But when you come out here, you'll notice that I don't directly go out to where the target is, and the reason for this is, the first time I came through here on my recording run, I aimed at the target, I fired, and Goliath didn't do anything. And then I went back into cover and I popped out again, and I instantly died from the splash damage of the cannon. So, if you wait a couple seconds and then you pop out and do it, you shouldn't have any problems with, you know, the game not reaching a specific event before you can actually carry on. And you should avoid the issue that I had. But once that thing's dead, you can push on. And we're moving into a more hectic area. And what's going to be coming up is we have to push back a pretty large Korean force and push these buttons that open up these... It's like a toll station, you know, for cars, so that you can drive through on a road. It's something similar to that, and you have to do 2 of them. And on the last one, there's a couple of RPG guys, and the entire fight is pretty epic, and because you've got good weapons, it's not too bad, but if you stay out in the open, you will die. There is no two ways about that, so you need to be super careful. But right now, I'm waiting for these idiots to finish doing what they're doing so we can progress on.
Okay.
And I think that's what video games need at this moment in time. We've got the ability to skip cutscenes. Why can't we skip exposition? It's like, I don't want to sit around in-game engine and listen to dudes talk for 5 minutes before we push an objective. Because if you put a checkpoint before that, I'm going to want to sneak into your house at night and murder you. And nobody wants that. Especially me, because, you know, my asshole will get destroyed in prison. But once Goliath pushes forward, all your buddies are going to follow you, and you just have to run up this little flank with them, and you're going to be pushing through I think it's like a flood bank or something. I don't actually know what these are called, because we don't have them in England. But it's the thing that stops the cities from flooding. The easiest thing I could compare it to is Terminator 2 when John Connor's on his motorbike and he's being chased by, you know, Jason Patrick. Whatever that flood thing is called, it's one of those. But you follow down here with Goliath, and it's just, you know, it's one of those bits where you think, could have perhaps put something slightly more interesting to link these 2 parts of the level, but who knows, maybe they think this is building tension. Maybe there's some, you know, little 12-year-old playing this game, and he's seen the 18 sticker, and he's thinking, I should be 18, but I'm 12, I'm still going to play it because I'm a badass, and he's sat there trembling, wondering what the next atrocity is going to be. I just couldn't tell you. And when you come up here, there's going to be a guy you get to talk to, and he's going to lead you through. So we can carry on. And this is something I've always wondered. Did you see just then that dude's got a bunch of shotgun shells in his vest? And don't get me wrong, if you're wearing a shotgun shell bandolier belt, you look like a badass. Anybody that puts that on looks like a badass. Just look at Arnie in Terminator 2 when he's got those grenades on that belt. He looks like a badass. But not really the most practical thing to do, because if you get shot on one of those shells or one of those grenades, it's going to go up and do, you know, more damage than what the bullet would have done. So you're pretty much a walking bomb. And I've never really understood that. Especially in like Commando, when Arnie's running around that fucking, you know, South American village, and he's got grenades jingling in his pockets and swinging on his chest, and he just looks like a fucking Christmas decoration. It's like, dude, if you accidentally dislodge one of those pins, you're gonna be in the shit. But this is the section where you have to push the checkpoints, and there's a lot of enemies, and I don't think the enemies stop spawning until you press the buttons, but what you can do is you can definitely thin the ranks down so there's not so much of a presence when you try and do it. And unfortunately, pressing the button isn't as responsive as it could be. It's kind of annoying, so the best thing to do is to go prone near it and just pray for, you know, not to die. But that's where the giant activate is on the screen, that's where you have to do it. And what I would suggest here is just use this piece of cover, pop as many guys as you can to clear out the front of that toll booth, and then just sneak your way into it, lay down and press the button. One thing I will say here is some of the enemies, they will kill you in 2 bullets, and they fire 2 bullets as if it was 1 bullet. So if you die really quick, it's literally just unlucky. There's nothing you can do about it. There was a section coming up after you do a slow motion area on this part, and I was doing really well. I was on a full-on tear, and I was buzzed about it as well because I felt pretty epic. And then I got completely neutralized by one guy from a mile away, and he dicked me. But right now, if you sit where I am, you've got the cover of the traffic cone in front, or the traffic pylon, I think Americans call it, which I will never fucking understand. The differences between our languages just amaze me. But once you've done that, anyhow, it'll flap down those barricades, and then the convoy can move on, and then we can start pushing forward and try and take a little bit more of this area. So just keep pushing on. Popping. Let me look at this light machine gun. If this light machine gun is half as good as it is in single player, in multiplayer, it's going to be the only gun I use. I'm going to be sniping dudes from miles away. Bad Company 2 style before they patched it. But yeah, the luxury of a lot of the cover as well is the only thing exposed is your face, so when you crouch behind stuff it can be really good cover. The only flip side of that is the enemies are really accurate. But that's the end of the first part of The Wall. Nothing to do with Pink Floyd. But once again guys, thanks for watching, thanks for checking my channel out, and you take care now.